and hello and welcome. This is Chris from Missouri here on Showcase Showdown, straight out of with the momentum of a beatdown of Mike Baseball Collector at Strongsville at our live event of Showcase Showdown. Mike, how's it feel to be sitting on that side? And why don't you tell the people how you got there? Why don't let's see your version on how you got to that side of
Yeah, I didn't even show up. My cards didn't even show up in Strongsville. I think I left them on the plane or something, but that was so much fun to do a live showcase showdown, wasn't it? I mean, having all the people there and most
I
most of the crowd cheering for you, you had to love that.
well, I did. I think the crowd has worn the same kind of hat that I've been wearing as come on, Chris, you can pull one off. You can beat Mike eventually. You can beat Mike eventually. And I feel like that was like the pinnacle of this year, even though this year isn't even close to being open or over. I just feel like that win felt like it was worth, I don't know, half a dozen wins in doggy years kind of stuff, right? And we had a great crowd. We uh, we we were sponsored by Penny Sleever and Scott Reindeer Studios. I mean, look at this shirt. Look at this shirt. Of course, I wore a medium, and I know he gave you like a double X kind of thing, even though you're looking pretty good. But that's a beautiful rendition of our both right there. And Scott provided those for us, and we gave out prizes. A lot of laughing going on, a lot of fun, a lot of cheering. And even though we had a few technical difficulties, I believe it was the most fun showcase showdown we had.
Yeah, I totally agree. It was just great to be together and doing it. We didn't know how it was going to go. I thought I was going to lose because I knew you had some incredibly big cards, and luckily, it could have been even worse if you had gotten a certain card a day earlier. It would have been just a massively worst beatdown. But I agree that was the funnest show. If funnest is a word, the
It
most fun
is. It
show
is with me. It is with me.
that we've done in the 3+ year seasons, whatever we've been doing this. Too much fun, and we hope to do it again for you guys.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this out loud. We had a couple, not a couple. We had a grandfather Carl and his grandson Hugh that went to Cooperstown, went to a New York game, a New York Yankees game, and they came to watch us play Showcase Showdown all the way from Australia. And he said that all those three was on his grandson's list, and they showed up. They had a good time, and it was. I mean, to me, that part was really fun. People that I mean, we knew the YouTubers were going to be there, but it was all the other people that showed up to shake hands and different things like that, just to show people that this is the best 30 minutes of baseball stuff on YouTube. That that I said it 30 minutes that we stretched into an hour, and what a great time! I'm so glad you let me be a part of that, and man, it was fun. It was fun.
Well, we can officially say that Showcase Showdown has gone global. We are a worldwide phenomenon now. I mean, let's just be honest about the popularity of this show. We can barely contain it,
Oh gosh, yeah.
but we might as well do a show while we're here and
Let's do it.
try to get back. I'm going to try to get back into my winning ways with Richie Ashburn today. I guess I have to give the rules today, don't I?
Yeah, why don't you? Yeah, why don't you give the rules and just kind of fine tune it so hopefully after we do Richie Ashburn, you'll still be sitting right where you are. How about that?
Well, the cards will dictate that, but I will tell you guys how this is going to work. So, if you've never seen Showcase Showdown before, if you haven't, I would ask you first, why haven't you? But welcome. Go hit pause after I get done talking right here. Go grab all of your Richie Ashburn cards, raw, graded. It doesn't matter. You're going to get 5 points for just having the card. You get additional points for the numerical grade assigned to said card. if it happens to be graded. You'll add those up. That'll be a point total for that card. We're going to look at all of Richie Ashburn's cards from 1963 all the way down to his rookie 1949 Bowman. That rookie card is special. It's worth double points when we get to that. And we're going to add them all up here at the end, and whoever wins Richie Ashburn will get to sit on that side of the deal next week, and we will, epic bragging rights. I had really hoped I'd have a little more time, Chris, to absorb that loss, but I think, like they say, it's like you got to get back on the horse. Like, if you get knocked down, which you did, you knocked me down, I've got to get back up and try to redeem myself, redeem my collection to the 3 people out there that want me to win, because apparently everybody else wants you to win. So we'll add them up. Chris or I will win. Please let us know how you did down below. Follow along with us. Get your cards out. We'd love to hear how you did compared to Chris and I. And I'm done. How did I do?
That was awesome. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to saddle up on my horse called Momentum, which I got from Strongsville, Ohio, and I'm going to see if I can carry that to the winner's circle this time around on Ashburn. So do you want to start us out since you are the visitor?
Yeah,
okay.
I do. I want my dogs to be quiet first.
Well, they're great. They just add to it. They're awesome. You hear that? I can hear them. They're saying
they're rooting for Chris.
Yeah, they are.
Shut my door.
Jeez. Okay.
Shut the door, knock stuff down. Who cares? All right.
That's right.
So Richie Ashburn, long career with the Phillies, ended his career with the Mets. I think he was a Phillies broadcaster forever, right? And obvious Hall of Famer. And so we'll talk as we go through his cards here. We're going to start with 1963 Topps. This is weird to go first. We'll see if I start with a lead as the visiting team this week. Oh, let me put us into Showdown mode. Boom.
Oh, yeah. The cards are going to look – heck, I look better. Cards are going to look better.
We didn't have any of this live. Like, I'm going to do better next time on the live streaming. I'm going to use StreamYard and all the things, all the cool bells and whistles we have. But here's my 63, showing them on the New York Mets, an excellent mint 6.
Golly. And once again, you start out with a lead because I have a 5.
Well, that feels about right. Okay.
So,
all right. I'm feeling better. And that's the end of Showcase Showdown today. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I just needed to get off the schneid a little. No.
Yeah. Well, we started off like this before. Now, some of these Richie Ashburn's a good-looking ball player, a well-dressed ball player, carried himself well. But something about me, I don't care about cards of players that they're wearing their hats. I don't know, or where they're not wearing their hats. And here's one. He's not. I have a beautiful 1962 in a 5.
This feels like this kind of day for me. I've got a 6.
Ooh, look at you. Now, I believe you won the first 4 cards at Strongsville, too.
Well,
right?
I just think I think I'm going to be like, you're going to be really good cards, then I'm just going to be slightly better as we go through the day.
Okay.
61 Topps, the weird Cubs cards, his Cubs days. And 61, he is wearing a hat, so you'll be happy to know. And I have that in a 7.
Wow, I thought I was going to pick up a point. Instead, I lose a point. I have one in a 6.
Like I said, this is my prediction. You're going to be just a bit outside, as you like to say on your show.
Yes. Now, we went to Strongsville, and this a 60 card. At home here, I had a 3, but that show allowed me to pick up an Ashburn and get one a little bit better because I knew this was coming, and I have a 6. Now,
are you serious?
Did that help me get a point? Let's see how good that was.
You got a card at the show to beat me. Well, I got a 6 also. So no blood.
But I didn't fall backwards.
That's right. I like how you upgraded there. That's good. Every time Chris would win at the live audience, it was like, yes. Every time I would win a card, it was like,
yeah. Well, it was one of those intelligent kind of crowds.
I'm not feeling like I got some good stuff on this card, as a pitcher would say if they're throwing a no-no. This may be the inning. I put one right down the middle. His 59 tops, his last Phillies card, great card. I have a 3.
Well, lucky enough, this isn't much of a hit. It's a little blooper. I have a 4.
That's a little ground ball with eyes, a little Texas leaguer that found a hole.
That's right, but it ruins that no-hitter of yours. So you're now walking across the mound because you're upset that in the 4th inning there goes your no-hitter.
Dang it.
No, that was the 5th inning. So
there's 19 cards that Ashburn has. And it runs this time, Chris, that I love. Late 40s through the early 60s. It's like all the best designs and cool cards. That's what I love.
Okay. Well, 58. That's a beautiful card. It's hard. This is a hard card, I believe. Beautiful color. I have a 6.
Dang it. Here he comes. I've got a 4.
Yes. I'm starting to feel pretty good about that now. I am feeling a little good about that, just to tell you the truth.
Dang it. We are tied right now. We're tied. We're tied.
Okay. You're up there, mister.
Okay, 57 tops. The famous turnaround and bunt stance for the camera. I love it. How about a PSA 6?
Oh, I'm gonna before I put the card up, I'm gonna tell this story again, but I want to tell it in 1957, and that's what this card is. In 1957, Richie Ashburn was up to bat, and he fouls off a ball into the stands, and it hits a Miss Alice North in the nose and breaks her nose. And they stop the game, and they go attend to her, and they actually put her on kind of this little stretcher, and everybody applauds. And as she's going out, they resume play, and on the very next pitch, Richie Ashburn fouls the ball off and hits her in the leg. Now, what's the chances of that, right?
Not very good. That's crazy.
Well, I told that story so you'd forget about what score you had, because I have a 4, and that puts you back in the lead.
Yeah, you were trying to make a comeback. We'll see, though. Lots of cards still. We're not even halfway done.
Right. But I don't like this one.
I love the 56 tops, though. I love the card.
I love the 56 tops too, and it's a beautiful card. And I didn't upgrade. I should have upgraded this in Strongsville, but I didn't. I have a 2.
Ooh.
I can't. I just don't want to fall too far behind here.
Well, you're going to fall a little bit behind. I have a 6.5.
Oh, I think that puts you 6.5 in the lead, but I'll leave that score. I'll leave that math up to you. I'll leave that Gazetta's up to you.
Well, I'll let you know after this next card, because we'll be halfway through. Just about 55 Bowman. Another, just love this set. Love this card. I have a 6.
This might become insurmountable for me. I have a 2.
But you still have it.
Yeah, it's a pretty card. It's a pretty card. It's just, it's a 2. Why don't you total everything up and give yourself some false hope?
I am winning right now 95.5 to 85. So it's a 10-point cushion for me. But I feel about as good as Rory did on that putt on 18 yesterday. So,
your knees knocking a little bit. I don't think
they're knocking.
Yeah, I don't think they're knocking too far. Because I know you have a beautiful 54 complete Hall of Fame run. And so this is a beautiful card. I'm glad to have. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, okay. 54 Bowman first.
54 Bowman. Yeah. I need to. Oh, I kind of like this. Your knees will be knocking after you see this card. I'm pretty confident here.
Okay.
I'm gonna open myself up to ridicule, but look at this. Nice 7.5.
Holy crud. That may be the nicest vintage card you have in your whole collection.
Very well could be. Yeah.
Jeez. Well, you get some points for sure because I only have a 5.
Okay, chipping
That's
away.
sad. That's sad to say. I only have this beautiful 5 in a 54 Bowman. What does that say? All right, 54 Red Heart. So I've decided to do a Red Heart run of Hall of Famers just because I love all the cards and the colors of all of them. I got the Mantle in Strongsville. I already had the Musial. I got a couple more, but I do not have an Ashburn. So I'm going to have to take a big goose egg on that one.
Well, I love that. I love that. I actually have completed the Red Heart set. And so that means I have an Ashburn. And I have one in a 5. So why don't you just put me back in the lead there, mister?
Man, those zeros hurt so bad. Yes, that's a beautiful card. That is gorgeous.
It is. That set is neat to have, and I'm lucky to have it. But so again, let me do that spiel. I know how good your 54 Hall of Fame cards is, and this one means something special to me because it's a Mr. Frame card that I got, and that's a whole different story. But I have one in a 4.
All right. That's pretty good. I have a 6.
Oh.
Look at that piece of cardboard gorgeousness.
That is very, very pretty.
We are tied again. We are tied, exactly tied right now.
Oh
gosh. All right. 53. He only has one card in 53 on his major set registry, and it's the Bowman Color, which is a set near and dear to my heart. One of the first Hall of Fame runs I ever completed was this one, and I have it in a 3.5.
Well, I'm going to pick some points up here, but Ashburn, I believe Ashburn kind of might have played at the wrong time, really, to tell you the truth, or he'd be more recognized. He's a lot better. His stats are really good, but he played at a time that there was some really, really good outfielders, really, really good center fielders with, Mays and Mantle and Duke Snyder, and they couldn't make a song. That song was beautiful,
Willie, Mickey, and the Duke.
Yeah, and they just couldn't. Ashburn could have been in there, but they couldn't find anything to rhyme with Ashburn. But I have a 5.5. Beautiful card. Beautiful card.
It's going to come down to it. I feel it. Me having zeros does not help. Okay.
Yeah.
You're up. 52 Bowman.
52 Bowman. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. I have a 4.5.
It is a beautiful card, but I only have a 3.5. So.
Okay.
Another point for you, sir.
Okay.
This is getting a little disturbing. I'm not going to lie. You're up 3. All right. 52 Tops. We just did 52 Bowman, 52 Tops, iconic set. I have that in a 4.5.
Well, I have it in an 8 OC. So give me 6 points for that. It's a sharp card, but it's clearly off center and stuff like that. But that's a beautiful card.
Opening up your lead.
I'm going to need to. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to.
All right, 51 Bowman.
Is it me?
Yep.
Another great card. Love these 51 Bowmans. I have a 5.5.
God, I have a 4.5. But that uniform and everything looks so good on that card. Doesn't it?
It does. Okay.
All right.
You're up.
Lead keeps growing. 51 Tops. Great card. This is the blue back. So I'll show the back. That's the rarer of the two. The red backs are more common. And I have that in a PSA 5, Chris.
Oh, well, let me get mine. I'd love to tell you this story about having a 51 Tops raw that I haven't got graded, but I can't even tell you that. I just looked. To see it, and I do not have a 51 tops. And to quote Baseball Collector, zeros are hard to overcome.
Zeros are hard to overcome. That just flipped the script on this sucker.
It's still.
I'm sorry about that for you.
I still got a chance.
I feel bad for you. Not really. Okay, you can start with 50 Bowman. Now we're into the Bowman only years.
So do you have an autograph on this 50 Bowman autograph? Mm-hmm. Well, then I think we ought to change the rules and give 2 points, give extras. But I have a 4.
I, too, have a 4.
Oh, I was hoping.
I, too, have a 4. It comes down to the last card. As we head into it, I've got a 4.5 point lead. So this rookie card means a lot to me, Chris. I remember.
Tell us why, Mike.
Well, I got this card from a friend who, when we first met, it was actually the second year we met, I believe, at the National. This guy comes up, says, "Mike, I love your stuff. Can I take your picture? My wife will never believe I got to meet you." And that was in 2019, and then in 2021, I guess it was. Met that guy again, and he gave me this card because he knew I needed it for my Hall of Fame run. And his name is Chris from Missouri. And if you have given me the card that helps me beat you, I am going to love it. Absolutely love it. I have a 4.5.
So I had this. I gave a card of a Richie Ashburn one time to a guy that used to be a friend of mine. Used to be one of my favorite YouTube content creators, and he got what did you say you got?
A 4.5.
So I was dumb enough to give you a 4.5 and keep the 4. Oh, not only did I lose that card, I lost Showcase Showdown. How does it feel, Mike?
Well,
how does it feel?
It feels good to be back in the winner's circle. 185 is the final for you, 190.5 for me. Dude, you missed in the 51 tops, which you could have gotten one of those in Strongsville. You could have totally gotten one, even if it was just a raw card that you might grade someday. That 5 points would have still, ironically, that 5 points for having just a raw card would have still had you lose by half a point.
Yeah. Well, I cannot believe I'm in Strongsville, Ohio, knowing that Richie Ashburn's coming up on the wheel, and I don't pick up that card. Oh.
We all have regrets in our lives. We all have regrets.
Yes. Won't you flip this around and talk like you're a champion?
Well,
talk like you made that putt, Rory.
Here we go. And now we're down to 2, man. And then there were only 2 for this season. We have some really cool stuff to talk to you guys about down the road as we finish up season 3 about season 4. We have come up with an idea that I think is going to be super fun for both of us.
I totally agree.
And different. And Showcase Showdown will continue. Let me just reassure you guys that we are going to keep this train going. I'm going to share my screen to put the wheel of names, a wheel of 2 names, which is all that's left for this season. It's either Tony Perez or Bill Mazeroski. Let's see who is next to last. The penultimate episode of the season. It looks like it's going to be Mr. Perez from the Big Red Machine. So we will remove him from there. Tony Perez. That should be good. He's got a lot of cards too, and he goes deep into the 80s, and from what, 64? Yeah, 64 is his rookie. 65. Sorry, 65 to 86. I think he goes to. So that's a lot of cards. That'll be fun. It
will be fun. That's going to be fun.
Well, that's it, guys, for this episode. Again, to everyone who was there Friday night, those who watched live on or have watched it since, thank you so much for supporting the show like you guys do. It means a lot to me and Chris, and we appreciate every one of you. And I think actually Reindeer Studios is going, he asked me if he could do this. He's going to put those Showcase Showdown t-shirts on his Etsy store. And so you too can own a piece of Showcase Showdown by buying a t-shirt from Scott. And I'll get a link to that at some point, hopefully soon, and can put that in future episodes just to throw that out there to people. But that's it for today. And this episode, we'll see you guys next week for Tony Perez. Thanks for losing, Chris. We'll talk to you guys later.
Congratulations, my friend.
And keep collecting.